this is Jennifer with Rusty Velvet, and welcome to my channel today. We are going to be doing something a little different in that I am sitting in my car because I am headed down to Austin, Texas to do a little bit of thrifting. I am part of a group of resellers who have challenged ourselves to take a road trip to see if we can pay for all of our expenses with the things that we buy to resell. Now, for all the resellers who are participating in this challenge, the links to their videos are going to be located below in the description, so please go watch all of those. It's going to be really fun to see how everyone decides to tackle this challenge. Some people are going to be taking day trips, some people are taking weekend trips. I personally am going to be taking just a day trip down to Austin. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's about a 3.5 hour drive to make it down to Austin if the traffic is good. There are a set of bins down there that I have been to a few times before. I'm definitely going to go to those. I do believe that there is a second set of bins that I've never been to, so if time allows, I am definitely going to try to hit those. And I am also going to go by the REI garage sale. Down in Austin, there are 2 different REI locations, and every now and then I can find a few things from those places to resell on the different platforms that I sell on. And for those of you who might be new to my channel, I currently sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I do a lot of retail arbitrage as well as thrifting for items at the local bins. Another bonus for me in taking the trip down to Austin is I get to see my daughter. She recently graduated from the University of Texas in Austin, and she has decided to stay down there. I am going to meet her for lunch, and hopefully she can do a little bit of shopping with me as well. I'm not sure because I do know that she has to work today. So hopefully I can spend a little bit of time with her. Then I'm going to be making the trip back to Dallas. I do know that it's going to be a long day. I probably will be getting home between midnight and 1 o'clock, but that's okay. I would rather make the drive back instead of trying to cover for a hotel stay. So today I'm going to be looking for items to take care of my cost of gas, to pay for my lunch and dinner, to cover the cost of the items I buy, and most importantly, my Buc-ee's snacks. I have already stopped at the Fort Worth Buc-ee's. In fact, that's where I'm at right now, and I have picked up some crackers. I have the dark chocolate covered beaver nuggets. I'm not really sure what these are. I just know that they're really good. And then I have my sweet teas. I usually stop at the Buc-ee's in Fort Worth and Buc-ee's in Temple. And for those of you who've been on a road trip in Texas, you probably know what I am talking about. Those of you who have not, oh my gosh. Buc-ee's is amazing. It is the most awesome gas station I've ever been to. They have the absolute best bathrooms. In fact, I just was in there and I actually counted the number of stalls because I knew there was a lot, but there's 27 stalls, y'all. 27 stalls, and they're always clean, and they're like individual rooms. Like, they're not just these dinky little bathroom stalls with these flimsy walls. They are like individual rooms with doors that lock, and they're always clean. And I just absolutely love stopping at the bathrooms at Buc-ee's, and even the gas station pumps. Like, I was just counting the pumps behind me. This one covered section behind me has 48 fuel pumps. There's 3 more sections just like that, so we're talking close to 200 pumps just to get your gas. Buc-ee's is one of those places that you definitely need to put on your bucket list. There's just no other gas station like it. So again, I'm going to be looking to take care of my gas today, my food, my Buc-ee's snacks and drinks, as well as the items that I buy. So wish me luck. I'm going to get on the road and get started. everyone, so I just finished my little shopping trip here at the BEENE. I don't know if I got enough to cover all of my expenses for the day. Maybe if I had actually spent more of my time today shopping at the BEENE's, I probably could have done a little bit better, but I still got quite a few things and I'm really anxious to look them over a little bit more. I am going to head back to Dallas now. It is raining, which is kind of a bummer because it's been like perfect weather all day long. So I'm hoping that the rain will just be really light for the drive home or very short-lived, because that just makes it a little bit longer. And I definitely will be making another stop at Buc-ee's. It's time to get going. All right. Hi everyone, so it's been a few days since I got back from my trip to Austin, and I wanted to share with you what I got on my trip and what I hope to get for it, and if it's going to be enough to cover my expenses. First of all, let's talk about what did I end up spending on this trip. And for my numbers here, I just rounded everything for simplicity's sake, but I spent $51 on gas, $9 on my snacks and drinks from Buc-ee's, $32 on lunch, $7 on my dinner, and then $19 for the items that I bought at the Goodwill bins. I did end up only going to one of the bins, and that was mainly because I spent a little bit more time with my daughter than expected and did a little bit more personal shopping. In all honesty, I only got about 2 hours to shop at the Goodwill bins, which next time I try to do this, I do need to pay attention better to my time. But I will say it was interesting being there at closing time, because there were a couple of pieces that I picked up at the very last minute because someone else had put them back. And I also got to listen to an interesting argument between two of the workers who were arguing over who was the harder worker. So a little bit of entertainment there at the end. I was a little disappointed in myself, but at the same time, I think I did get enough to cover my expenses. So let's talk about what I got. So the first two items I wanted to show you, I really didn't pick them up to resell per se. I just picked them up for my own personal enjoyment. But at the same time, every time I get a book and read it, I always list it. So I thought I might as well include these two books. But I did pick up two hardcover books. These were 50 cents each at the bins. And with them being in really good shape with a dust jacket and hardcover, I am usually able to sell these types of books for about $10 each. So I am hoping to get $20 for these two books. If you have watched any of my other videos, you probably have heard me talk about how much I love shoes, and this trip was no exception. That is usually the first area that I will go and look through no matter what kind of store I am at. And during this trip, I probably spent the first hour alone just looking at all of the shoes. And I had a basket full of shoes, but at the end of my time there, I ended up throwing all of them back except for one pair, which was surprising to me since I have so many shoes in inventory already, and quite honestly, they do take up quite a bit of room. I just got real particular as I was going through these shoes, and if there was any issues whatsoever, I just went ahead and got rid of them. The one pair that I did pick up was this pair of Michael Antonio booties. I don't normally pick up this brand, but I thought these were unique enough, and I thought they were in excellent condition. They are navy blue. They look like they've hardly been worn. There's no scuffs on the toe box at all, and the heels themselves are in a really good shape. These I decided to go ahead and keep. So then once I got home and started looking through the comps on these boots, it does look like I should be able to pull in about $30 for this pair of shoes. The next thing I wanted to share with you is a brand that I'm really not that familiar with. I don't even know how to say it for sure. I'm gonna just guess at GEOFFREY, and it is this faux fur vest. Now this is something that I did look up while I was at the bins, which is pretty unusual for me, but I just thought this was a really nice faux fur vest. It was in excellent condition, so I just went ahead and took the a few moments to look it up. There were quite a few of these, but it does look like I should be able to pull in 20 bucks. This next item I wanted to share is one of those items that I picked up as I was walking to the checkout stand. I saw someone in front of me put it back in the bins. I, like, the corner of my eye caught the logo, and I went over there and grabbed it. It is this Prana shacket. It's really kind of like a shirt jacket. It is a thermal lined plaid flannel shirt with a snap front. This was in great condition. I'm not sure why the person put it back. It worked out for me, so I went ahead and grabbed this, and then looking at the comps, it does look like I should be able to get between $25 and $30 for this. So this next item I wanted to show you is so obnoxious, but it is this University of Texas cardigan. I simply couldn't pass it up. This is something I do kind of plan on keeping for myself for a little while before selling it, because this year when Texas beats Oklahoma in the Red River Showdown, I am definitely going to be wearing this to work on Monday, because the principal at my school is a big time Oklahoma fan. Once again, I did pick this up for myself to wear after this year's Red River Showdown, and then I will be putting it on all of my platforms to sell. Based on the comps, it does look like I should be able to get between $30 and $35 for this cardigan. So this next item I wanted to share with you was actually the first thing that I picked up when I walked into the bins. I walked in, went to the first row, and this was just sitting right there on top, and I was super excited when I found it. And it is this cashmere sweater by EVERLANE. Picking it up and looking at it, it does look like it's in perfect condition, and based on the comps, I should be able to get between $30 and $40 for this cashmere sweater. Another lucky find that I found was this Show Me Your Muumuu floral tunic. It is also in excellent condition. I have never found this brand before at the bin, so I was really excited to find it. Looking at the comps, I found some just like this, and they were all selling between $25 and $30. This next item is a really simple item. I love items like these because they're super easy to photograph. It just takes a couple of photos and you're done. But it is this bikini bottom by Triangle. It's neoprene, and this is a really nice brand of swimsuits. Based on comps, it does look like I should be able to get between $20 and $25 for these bottoms. So the next two items I wanted to show you are both kids items. I don't typically pick up kids items to resell because I just find them to mostly be lower priced items, but I did get these two. And the first one is this denim shirt by Gap Kids. It's in really nice shape. It's a basic denim shirt, so I should be able to get $10 for this shirt. The next kids item, I absolutely love this, and I totally would have bought this for my daughter if she was this size, but it is size 2T. She's way past that, but it is this little Halloween tutu. It's orange with a little bit darker orange polka dots, and again, I just thought this would be a really easy, quick $10 flip. The next item I wanted to share is this GEOFFREY BEENE tie. I don't always pick up ties just because so often they're dirty and whatnot, but this one I thought was in really good shape. I thought the colors were really pretty. It's just a really nice tie. I did at one time have a bunch of ties in my shop that I got from my husband's grandfather. They were all vintage, and every single one of those ties I was able to sell for between $15 and $20. So I expect to be able to do the same on this particular tie. The last clothing item I wanted to share with you is also another item that I got at the very last minute. Again, I was walking out to the checkout area and spotted this in one of the bins that someone had thrown at the last minute into the houseware section. But it is this men's Patagonia long sleeve shirt. No issues whatsoever. There's no stains. It's in great condition. And looking at the comps, I should be able to get $25 to $30 for this shirt. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is this pillow sham by Peacock Alley. It is this white textured print. It is one of those square shams, and I'm really bummed because this was one of those items that I kind of found towards the end, and I really wish I had more time to try to find its twin somewhere in the bins, because I did that one time with some shams from Pottery Barn. It took me a couple of hours, but I did find the matching sham in another bin several rows over. So I can't help but wonder if there was another one of these, but I went ahead and took this. There was no stains. It's by Peacock Alley, which is a really nice brand of linens, and I went ahead and grabbed it. Looking at the comps, since I just have one of the shams, it does look like I should be able to get between $15 and $20 for it. So going through my numbers, I ended up having a total of $118 in expenses. Based on the lower end of what I expect to get for all of my items, I am hoping to pull in about $275. It's not a lot of money, but it is enough to cover my expenses. Once I deduct my expenses of $118, I am looking at a potential profit of $157. Even though I did spend a little bit too much time doing some personal shopping and some personal things, I am still able to sell enough to take care of my expenses. If I was to ever do this again, I certainly would do it a little bit different and maybe have dinner with my daughter instead of lunch, or save my personal shopping for the end of the day and do all my thrifting during the day. Oh well, lesson learned, but that's okay. It still was a great trip. Who was it? Was it MasterCard that used to always do how much each thing costs, but the final thing was priceless? Seeing my daughter and being able to spend a couple of hours with her was absolutely priceless to me. I am more than happy with the results of this trip, and I'm looking forward to getting everything listed and see what actually happens with all of these items. Thank you so much for watching today. Please check out everybody else's videos. They are all going to have some great items that they find. Everybody's from all over the country, and I always love what everybody can find in their neck of the woods. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.